So let's talk about the economic reports that are about to be released tomorrow before the market opens. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. Quick little update on BTC. BTC is hovering right above 67,000. And again, we'll see if it continues to descend into the after hours or if it actually begins to recover back to 68,000. For those that are unaware, these economic calendars are free and available all over Google. This is just one that I use that tells us on a weekly basis what economic reports kind of to look out for. So for tomorrow, March 8th, 1 hour before the market opens, you guys could see that all of the reports that are going to be released tomorrow on this schedule are all pre-market. Market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, which means that at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, that's going to be 1 hour before market opens. We have non-farm payrolls, non-farm private payrolls, pretty important report. As you can see, the impact is red, which is the most impactful one. Average hourly earning, not too impactful, but the most important one that I'm going to be paying attention to is also the unemployment rate. Remember, the Federal Reserve has a really big focus on trying to determine how our economy is doing with the inflation, but also how is our unemployment rate, right? And especially with what's to come next week, I think this could be a deciding factor because the CPI data report is going to be announced next week. I do plan to live stream it for free on my YouTube channel. So again, if it's not too much to ask, subscribe to the channel. I would love for you to tune on into one of those live sessions that I host for free here and capture the market's reaction to next week's CPI data report, but as well as average work week. So I wanted to talk about the unemployment rate. So the market's expectation is 3.7%. And as you guys can see, even on investing.com, the expectation for March 8th, 2024, February, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, it's 3.7%. The previous is 3.7%. So it's a very simple question. Let's go ahead and answer it. When looking at the overall NASDAQ market and when looking at where we currently sit at, we are pretty much testing all-time highs. Now, all-time highs is 44675. We're right now at 44545. We're about $1 off. Not too bad. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the markets digest what it is that's being shared. Now, we've seen it mixed before, and I want you guys to share your opinions down in the comment section. But there's been times that when an unemployment report is expected to come in as expected, if it comes in lower than what is actually expected, sometimes the market reacts in a very negative way. But also there's times that the unemployment rate can come out higher than what is expected, and then the market can react in a positive way. Now, I think right now good news is good news and bad news is bad news. So if we do begin to see that the unemployment rate is actually going up, I really don't think that the market's going to digest it in a healthy way, because right now the main focus for the Federal Reserve is to maintain a healthy economy, but to also see a healthy work environment or workplace, right? With a healthy unemployment rate, making sure that people are not only able to keep their jobs, but that there's new jobs coming. That would promote growth for a healthy economy. Now, if we begin to see some form of slowdown and unemployment rate begins to go up, then it's going to be really interesting to see how the Federal Reserve digests that, right? There's been many times that it's been shared before that the market can react in a specific way, but the Federal Reserve might have a completely different interpretation of it. I don't know if you guys heard the knocking. It's my daughter, so I do apologize for that. But other than that, market is at previous pretty much all-time highs. It's going to be cool to see. Are we going to retrace back down to the moving average? Because the market's incredibly bullish, so are we going to just retrace back down and then continue to rally? Or because of what's going to be reported tomorrow, are we going to make new highs and continue to rally into the weekend, right? That's what I'm really excited for. There's no reason to try to predict. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of what's getting released pre-market. So when you wake up in the morning before the market opens, and then you begin to see that, oh, wow, market's up or market's red, you know where to kind of look. You can go back here, refresh it, and then it should be able to tell you what was actually reported versus what was just expected. So I'm going to be excited to follow up, and I'll keep you guys up to date on what is actually reported and then how obviously the market takes all of that data and digests it depending on how the market reacts. So other than that, it was a pretty overall simple day. For those that are part of our LPP team, they saw that I had a series of trades that I took when it came down to shorting coin, and it played out quite well. Not anything too crazy, but the past 2 days I've just been playing the same resistance or kind of the same setup, and I would love for you to be able to see what it's like. I keep them up to date in our trade ideas, and then they get to tune on into our live stream every morning right at market open to see if I either take trades or just to hear my thought process while the market is open and how the market is overall doing. So I'd love to invite you if you want to tune on in. It's the second link in the description down below, and we are running a 50% off right now. Also, it is officially the last day to enter the Corvette C8 giveaway during our bonus mystery box week. So if you want an additional 2,000 entries for every purchase of a mystery box, check out that fourth link in the description down below. So I appreciate your time. I hope that earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I'll see you next week for our CPI data report. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.